Hi friends, welcome to our restorative yoga practice for burnout. If you are feeling tired, on the edge of burnout, and you just have no energy to do anything, I invite you to try this 20-minute restorative practice to restore your own energy. Okay? I do have a lot of props for our practice today. You don't need these particular props, but you need some props. So if you don't have a yoga bolster and blocks, I want you to grab a few pillows off of your bed or your couch. And then I have a blanket laid out over my yoga mat because this session is going to stay on the ground. I want us to be comfortable, cozy, relaxed. So you could lay out a blanket on the ground, and then maybe have an extra blanket to cover up with in Shavasana. And maybe it's going to be a longer Shavasana, so maybe grab an eye pillow or an eye covering if you have that. Again, you don't need those. They're just nice additions. Okay? You guys, it is early in the morning and I apologize. My roosters are very loud. I will do my best to edit it out. So hopefully it doesn't bother you. Okay. Once you have what you need, like I said, at minimum, some pillows and a blanket, we're going to find an easy seat on our mat. So just cross-legged or whatever is really most comfortable for you. And we're going to start with a minute of bee's breath. So bee's breath is when you inhale and exhale through the nose, but on the exhale, you're going to hum. And what's really beautiful about bee's breath is that hum causes the vagus nerve to vibrate, which helps to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, so our rest and digest mode. So if we're tired and we're in burnout, we're probably very much in our sympathetic fight or flight mode, and we want to drop out of that into the parasympathetic nervous system. So this breath technique is great to do that. So we're going to do this for 1 minute just to allow us to transition from that tiredness and that burnout to this time here on our mat. Okay? So you can close your eyes and let's go ahead and inhale through the nose. Exhale, hum. Keep going just like that. Inhale. Exhale, hum. Last one. Okay, releasing that breathing technique. We're going to come into our first supportive restorative posture, which is a supported child's pose. So I want you to grab your bolster or grab your pillows or whichever props you were able to get. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take my blocks and put them sort of on the low and medium settings, and then I'm going to put my bolster on top of those blocks. Now, if you don't have the blocks and bolsters, I just want you to stack enough pillows here so that you can take a wide-legged child's pose and rest your upper body on the pillows or bolster comfortably, okay? This is our first position. I want you to keep in mind that as we move through this class, I want you to take deep belly breaths as we hold these postures, okay? So nice, slow, deep breaths down into the belly. And the exhale can be through the nose, or you can do gentle sighs. We'll be holding all of these postures for 2 to 4 minutes. So for this one, we're going to do about 90 seconds with our, whatever cheek you have down is fine. And then we'll switch until we'll put the other cheek down when I tell you to. Okay, we're gonna switch cheeks. So just pick up your head and then allow the other cheek to come to rest on the bolster. Deep belly breaths here. Slowly press your way out of that child's pose. We're going to move the props to the side, okay? And we're going to come down into crocodile pose. So we're going to come all the way down onto our bellies. And we're going to place our hands, stack our hands, and let our forehead rest on our hands for 1 minute. Legs are extended long. This is crocodile pose. You can give the hips a little wiggle here if that feels good. Again, deep belly breaths. Feel your belly expanding into the ground as you breathe. From here, we're going to come into half frog pose. And we're going to do it on each side. So I want you to take your right leg and bend your right knee out to the side, like a little frog leg, okay? And then 2 choices here. You can keep your hands stacked and let your forehead rest on your hands if that feels good. Or you can bring your arms into a goalpost, okay? So 90-degree bends at the elbows straight out from shoulders. And then lay your right cheek. So right knee is out. We're going to lay right cheek on the ground and look the opposite way. Okay. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So extend the right leg long back behind you. Bring your hands back to stacked if they weren't. Rest your forehead on your hands. Bend both of your knees so your feet are pointing up towards the ceiling. And then windshield wiper the feet from side to side for just a moment. Good. Extend the legs long and let's switch sides. So we're going to bend the left knee out for half frog on this side. And then your choice. You can keep the hands stacked, head resting on the hands, or bring them into goalpost and lay the left cheek down on the ground. Deep belly breaths. All right, coming back to that crocodile pose one more time. Extend left leg long. Hands stack, forehead rest. And again, bend the knees. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Come back to center. Lay the legs long. And from here, we are going to come into supported bridge pose. So I want you to just roll over onto your back, okay? For this supported bridge pose, we have a couple of options. If you have a block, you can bring a block under your sacrum, Okay, I recommend the lowest setting. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor about hips width distance apart. If you don't have a block, you could put a couple pillows under here. You could put your bolster under here. We just want to be supporting the full sacrum so that there's no pain in the lower back. So find your spot. 1 minute here, arms down by side, deep breaths. Option to stay right here if this is feeling really restorative for you. Or you can come into a supported waterfall, which is where we pick up the feet and take the feet up towards the ceiling. Okay. And the legs are just going to hold here for about a minute. You're going to have a bend in the knees. Okay, we're going to slowly lower the legs back down if you had them up. Coming back into that supported bridge pose for a breath. And then we're going to remove the block or the bolster, pillow, whatever was under you. Hips come down to the ground. You can windshield wiper the knees side to side. Okay, next we're going to come into a supported twist. So let me rearrange my props. I recommend the pillows here, okay? So for example, we're going to twist towards our left here. So you're laying on your back. We're going to hug the right knee in towards the upper body and then just let it cross across. And let it find that pillow or that bolster, okay? So nice and supported, keeping the chest open towards the top, open towards the ceiling. Your arms, you can let them rest on your belly, your legs. If you want to find more of a stretch, you could do like a cactus pose, but even for me, that feels a bit intense. So I'm just gonna let my hands rest on my belly, trying to keep the shoulders open, deep breaths. Here we're going to switch sides. So roll completely back onto your back. Bend both knees here. Let the spine come back to neutral. Move your prop to the other side. And then extend the right leg long, hug the left knee in, and cross it over to your pillow. And slowly rolling back to center. So we are coming into Shavasana now. This is going to be an extended Shavasana for about 5 minutes. And that's why I would love for you to use props here. You can cover up with a blanket. You can place an eye pillow across your eyes. Personally, for me, my favorite supported Shavasana is a pillow or a bolster under the knees, a blanket over the body. I don't have one out here, but if I did, I would be putting a pillow under my head right now and then covering up, right? We are going to be here for 5 minutes, but also I have an option here to make this Shavasana even longer. So if you have about 15 minutes, I have a yoga nidra for burnout, and you can just click this link up in the corner or down in the description box and do your Shavasana with that yoga nidra. Okay? Choice is yours. If you're doing the yoga nidra, get yourself ready, click that link. If you're staying here with me, coming into a very supported, very comfortable Shavasana. And let's do 3 rounds of bees breath. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, hum. Inhale. Hum. Last time. As you lay here, focus on your deep belly breaths. If your mind tends to really wander and you need something to focus on, I invite you to also bring this affirmation into your mind. and repeat it to yourself as much as you need to so that you don't start thinking about to-do lists, worries, stresses. So the affirmation is, I am rested, relaxed, and ready for life. I am rested, relaxed, and ready for life. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, gentle sigh. Because this is a restorative class, I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. If you need to get up right away, take your time as you roll onto one side, coming into a fetal-like posture, taking a couple of breaths here. And then slowly making your way up to that easy seat, comfortable seat. We'll bring our hands to heart here. Let's take a deep inhale. Exhale, hum. And end with our bow of honor and gratitude to each other. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you feel rested and restored and ready to take on life. And I'll see you again soon. Namaste.